Hey, so the other day I was thinking about someone I knew from way back who was madly obsessed with becoming a YouTube celebrity. Much like myself, they were fascinated by this growing community of young people some 10 plus years ago who, through the power of video, was taking their life, their destiny into their own hands and making a substantial living off of their creativity, right? Anyone could admire that by any measure. I still do to this day. That's not the problem. The problem was that this person began to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on equipment, quite frankly, that he couldn't afford. It started with a DSLR camera, fine, then a mic, then some lights. I think at one time he was thinking about investing in a teleprompter, but again, the price tag just kept racking up, right, this investment. And he never showed the fruits of that investment. No videos ever went up. No progress was ever made. And I was thinking about that the other day, and I said, you know what? I can't really be mad because I'm guilty of that too. And I'll tell you how. Some years ago, I had this minor habit of buying books that I never finished. So when it comes to me and my relationship with Barnes & Nobles, like I'll browse a Barnes & Nobles the same way that someone might browse a Best Buy, that someone might browse, for Forever 21, Victoria's Secret, whatever it might be. Like I will browse the heck out of a Barnes & Noble, all 3 floors, right? And again, I had this small habit of just like going through the personal development section, the business section, whatever it might be, and just like looking at, I had a time when I was going to the philosophy section. I would just like see a book, love the title, love the description. Again, best intent. I go ahead, buy the book, read a little bit on the train, right? I have my little, Barnes & Noble bag, and by the time I get home, I'll sit it on my desk, much like these books, and never read it, right? But I actually read these books, but I never read it, right? And that was a problem. And I said, hey, that really is a lot like, my friend with the camera situation. And I said, well, what the heck is that? What can I attribute that to? And I soon realized that the problem both he and I faced at those periods of our lives was that we were so obsessed with the outcome, right? The vision we had for ourselves, right? The destination, that we didn't put enough quality time and emotional, intellectual investment into the process, right? Understanding the process, understanding what we were getting ourselves into. So effectively, when the going got tough, we got going, right? When it was time to sit down and read that book in a quiet room, I didn't want to do that, so I just put the book down. When it was time for him to shoot the video, edit the video, upload the video, that whole supply chain, it was too much. He just went on about his life, right? And that was the problem. So in thinking about that and laddering down even more, I also came to realize that, again, with every book I was buying, with every piece of technology he was buying, we were buying into the feeling of progress instead of actually moving the needle, right? We were buying into the feeling of progress instead of actually moving the needle. And there's a huge difference there, right? He got hype every time he bought a new piece of equipment. He felt he was making progress. And when you think about it at a macro, yeah, because at some point you're going to need a mic, you're going to need lights, right? I felt hype whenever time I bought a book. At some point I'm going to need, a book on, imposter syndrome. I'm going to need a book on real estate. I'm going to need a book on, whatever the case may be, right? That's going to happen at some point, but we weren't taking the time to do the hard work of actually moving the needle. And I think that is a quality point to make for anyone that's a creative, to anyone that is a goal setter, right? I know most people that watch my content are people that set goals and really have their eyes towards success. We have to make sure that we don't get distracted with the bells and whistles on the periphery of our goals, right? And focus on the thing itself that will move the needle. So I thought that was a story worth sharing because those insights that really came to me are something that I think I'll be carrying with me for a long time and throughout the rest of my life. So hopefully that message was helpful for you, and stay tuned and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.